What is up, Cancer? Welcome to your weekly forecast for the week of November 23rd through the 29th of 2020. Brian here as always. I appreciate you for being here. Well, we got Neptune going direct in your ninth house. Definitely a big deal as we really build up this week towards a lunar eclipse that's happening in your 12th house of Gemini. So let's take a look at the chart for you. We got Neptune direct here in your ninth. Neptune deals a lot with illusions and the delusions of life, but it also deals with the spirituality, and in the ninth house it's a very spiritual house, and I think you have to not be delusioned by hope and expansion, and really trust that the universe is going to bring you what you need, and to not be delusioned that isn't an option. Like, really trust that there's something in play that's bigger, and it's going to take you towards what feels the best. And again, that north node in your 12th house, like, you are going through this phase right now of really honing in on the connection to everything, on the that spirituality, like the unseen aspects of this reality, and that's where your focus is. And the more you can trust in that, and trust in that intuition, and not be delusioned by what things need to look like with that south node in your 6th house, like over analyzing and stressing yourself out, the better it's going to be. It's like, why stress yourself out? Like, just let the universe keep putting things in order for you, and then you can make that decision. That sun is in your 6th house too. So I would say that there's an illumination in your reality right now, and it's good to analyze, and it's good to figure things out, and it's good to put things in order and clean things up, but don't get like stressed out. Like, just let things more or less fall into place. Like, it's more of an unseen energy that's going to open up the doors right now, and the more you stress, the less like comfortable you'll be. So think about that, and try to just like take a deep breath if things get stressful, because that's like what the south node here could try and do, is like have you fall back and I just want to get everything in line and this, that. Take a deep breath, put the things in order, but try and have fun while you do it, and not be delusioned by the fun and the jovialness of that ninth house and that connection to all things. Very important. That sun's also going to trine over to Chiron in your 10th house, so I think that it's definitely a big deal right now, especially with Mars direct and that 16 degrees starting to move forward. Like, your public image and like your legacy and what you want to accomplish in your career is very important. So put the things in place that like actually make you feel like you're accomplishing the goals that you want to accomplish in life, and put your energy there. Don't put it into like wasting your time cleaning up something that doesn't need to be cleaned. Like, clean up what needs to be cleaned to get to your goals. You know what I mean? Mercury and Venus here are in your 5th house. So Venus definitely likes the 5th house. Like, it's a good time to like find that ultimate value within yourself, to really be creative, to let the passion out, especially when it comes to other people. And then Mercury's making a nice sextile this week to the Capricorn stellium before it moves into your 6th house. So it's finishing up here in your 5th. Like, voice your creativity, voice what feels good, and voice it to other people. And I would say that like you've gone through so much relationship stuff over this last year, and the last like even 2.5 years, like that's almost over. Like, less than a month away, Jupiter and Saturn are going to move into your 8th house, and it's like, what do you really want to merge with in life, and what makes you feel creative, and what makes you feel empowered, and to speak up for that, and to do it from a place of love with this 5th house too, and a very strong and well, I shouldn't say strong Venus in Scorpio, because that's not necessarily true, but the Venus does like the 5th house. So like for you, it's definitely it's better Venus than if, let's just say Aries rising. What are the values? And like, it's good to voice them and to feel creative in them, and to actualize them, and to make things happen, and to be strong in your relationships. What do you really want? Like, that's what Venus wants. It wants you to get what your heart desires here, but you have to step into that power to get that out. So if you're unsure, you're on the fence with relationships because you've gone through so much, like, this is the time to step into what you truly want to merge with, that makes you feel creative and brings you happiness and brings you fun. Uranus here in your 11th house is definitely shaking things up. It's going to quincunx the sun this week, as well as oppose that Venus in your 5th house. So I would say that like people are definitely going to shake things up, like groups, society, and you need to figure out a way to not let it take you out of your own creativity. Like let the universe, let Uranus shake things up and rattle things when it comes to people in your life, but to not let it rattle you so much that you lose the value for yourself. Use it to learn and use it to get things in order, but the right things in order, you know? Like the mission, to get the mission in order and to let the universe bring it in and to trust that it's all going to be there if you just let something bigger take care of it and like let that connection be what it is and to not get like lost in reality right now. You got to find a balance. Can't get just stuck in reality. You can't get just stuck in another realm. There's a balance here, and you got to make sure that you're taking in that information in a way that lets you really, I would say, break away from anything or any groups or any people or anything in life that's not letting you be in your true creativity and not showing you a good time. Because it's like you can delusion yourself out of a good time with Neptune in your 9th house. And what's the point of doing that? Like, have fun. Grab 2 cards. The card on top was Justice, upright. Yeah, I would say that like that ultimate justice for you is definitely seeing both sides of all things and weighing things out, but to not overweigh things out and overanalyze. Like only analyze what's going to bring you balance in your life and what's going to bring you that overall connection, right? There's a yin yang in this behind the scales. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like you have to see all sides of things when it comes to the life you want and your creativity, and you have to see what other people are bringing to the table and use that to see everything and bridge the gaps in your life to find this harmony of like reality, spirituality, zen, yin, yang. Definitely can be done, Cancer. I think you just got to trust that intuition and you really trust your connection. Like you're very intuitive by nature, so trust that, trust those emotions, trust that connection, and it's going to put things in order for you and you don't have to stress so much about it. Love you very much, Cancer. I'll catch you next time. Peace.